Hey everyone, welcome back to Stoic Spectrum, your guide to resilience, emotional mastery, and becoming the best version of yourself. Today we're diving into a tough but crucial topic, dealing with toxic relationships. The Stoic way, whether it's a toxic partner, friend, family member, or co-worker, toxic relationships drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and can leave us feeling lost, frustrated, and even powerless. But what if there was a way to not just survive these situations, but to emerge stronger, wiser, and more in control of your emotions? That's exactly what Stoicism teaches us. Stoicism, the ancient philosophy practiced by great minds like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, isn't just about meditating on death or repressing emotions. It's about building an unshakable mindset, mastering your inner world, and responding to external chaos with calm and clarity. Toxic relationships are one of life's biggest emotional challenges. They test your patience, self-worth, and boundaries, but with Stoic principles, you learn to detach yourself from the chaos, focus only on what you can control, and protect your peace without becoming bitter or vengeful. In this video, I'll walk you through practical Stoic strategies to identify toxic relationships, set healthy boundaries, manage your emotions effectively, and ultimately regain control over your life and happiness. By the end, you'll see toxic people for what they really are. Challenges to your growth, not threats to your peace. First, let's clarify. What does toxic really mean in a relationship? A toxic relationship is one where you feel consistently drained, disrespected, or undermined. It's a connection filled with manipulation, excessive drama, control, disrespect, or emotional abuse. These relationships cause you to lose your sense of self, question your worth, and feel stuck in a cycle of negativity. Remember, toxicity isn't just about explosive arguments or obvious cruelty. Sometimes it's subtle, constant criticism, passive aggressiveness, emotional neglect, or guilt-tripping. Stoicism teaches us to recognize these dynamics early and accept the reality without distortion. Marcus Aurelius said, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed." This means you have the power to refuse the mental suffering caused by others, no matter how toxic their behavior is. The first step is honest self-reflection. How do you feel after spending time with this person? Do they lift you up or tear you down? Are your values and boundaries respected or ignored? If the answer is consistently negative, it's time to act. One of the most powerful Stoic ideas is understanding the difference between what is within your control and what is not. You cannot control other people's actions, words, or feelings. You can control your reactions, your choices, and your mindset. This principle is your armor against toxicity. When dealing with a toxic person, you might be tempted to fix them, explain yourself endlessly, or get caught in emotional battles. But all of this wastes your energy and strengthens their hold on you. Instead, focus on your response. Remain calm and composed. Your boundaries clearly define what is acceptable and what is not your time. Choose how much and with whom you spend your energy. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the cornerstone of Stoic resilience. Now, let's talk about boundaries. Toxic relationships thrive where boundaries are weak or unclear. Setting boundaries isn't about being harsh or unforgiving. It's about protecting your inner peace and self-respect. How do you set boundaries stoically? Be clear and direct. Use calm, firm language. For example, I will not engage in conversations where I'm insulted or belittled. Stay consistent if a boundary is crossed. Respond with the consequence you set, calmly and without drama. Detach from others' reactions. A toxic person may try to guilt-trip or provoke you. Remember, their reaction is not your responsibility. Practice self-discipline. Sometimes the hardest boundary is to say no to toxic invitations or demands. Be strong. Seneca reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." A mastery begins with protecting your peace and refusing to be a victim of others' toxicity. If you're finding these ideas useful so far, please hit the like button. It really helps this channel grow and reach others who need this message. Also, I'd love to hear from you. What's been your biggest challenge with toxic relationships? Drop your thoughts or questions in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to keep building emotional strength and resilience with me, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. All right, let's keep going. One of the most misunderstood Stoic practices is emotional detachment. It doesn't mean being cold or uncaring. It means observing your emotions without being controlled by them. Toxic relationships often trigger intense emotions: anger, sadness, anxiety, or resentment. The Stoic approach is to recognize these feelings, understand their origin, and refuse to let them dictate your actions. Marcus Aurelius advises us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. When someone toxic insults you or tries to manipulate you, your first instinct may be to lash out or retreat. Instead, pause, take a breath, remind yourself that their behavior says more about them than you. Practice observing your emotional responses like a detached spectator. Ask yourself, is this emotion helping me? Is it based on facts or assumptions? How can I respond with wisdom rather than reaction? This mental discipline protects your inner peace and weakens the toxic person's power over you. Another key lesson from Stoicism is the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people. Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Toxic relationships drain your energy and stunt your growth. If you want to become resilient, confident, and emotionally strong, you need to invest in healthy, supportive relationships. Evaluate your social circle honestly. Who inspires you to be better? Who respects your boundaries and values? Who challenges you to grow without tearing you down? It might be painful, but sometimes you have to distance yourself from toxic individuals to make room for those who lift you higher. Remember, this isn't about revenge or bitterness, it's about self-preservation and growth. One of the most effective Stoic strategies in toxic relationships is the practice of no contact. No contact means intentionally cutting off communication with a toxic person to protect your mental and emotional well-being. This might sound extreme, but consider this. If someone consistently disrespects your boundaries, drains your energy, or causes emotional harm, what good does staying in touch do? No contact gives you space to heal, reflect, and rebuild your confidence. In Stoic terms, it's about removing external chaos so you can focus on your inner peace. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." No contact is embodying the principle that you control what enters your mind and life. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to transform adversity into strength. Toxic relationships hurt, they leave scars, but every challenge is also an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Use the pain caused by toxic relationships as fuel to build your resilience, deepen your self-awareness, and sharpen your emotional mastery. Instead of being a victim of your circumstances, become the architect of your own peace and happiness. Thanks for watching. Dealing with toxic relationships is never easy, but with Stoic wisdom, you can navigate these storms with strength, dignity, and clarity. Remember, your peace is your greatest power. Protect it fiercely, and never settle for less than the respect and love you deserve from others, but most importantly from yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on Stoic resilience and emotional mastery. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.